Onmyouji's and Onimushas just came out, and I'm sure there's a lot of early to mid-game players that are curious how to rune these new units. So today we're going to do a how to rune video for both the Onmyouji's and Onimushas. I'm going to do a little bit of a brief overview at first, and then we're going to go into, at the end, we're going to take a look at a lot of endgame players and how they have these specific units rune. We're going to just take a look at their rune build. So let's get it started with the Fire Onmyouji first. So Fire Onmyouji is a lot of debuffs. She's got all debuffs. She's got a speed lead. She's for an aggressive control comp. So she should be runed either Violent or Despair. In my opinion, she should be runed either Violent or Despair. Fast. With some H, she doesn't need to be attack and crit damage and stuff like that. She's a support. She's got a super tanky, not really a lot of attack power. And she's just going to prolong different things like continuous damage or whatever other debuffs that you have on team. She's a support unit. She's not an attack unit. She should be runed fast, either Violent or Despair, with good HP and good accuracy, right? You want to make sure you get the accuracy because she's got a lot of debuffs. For this one, Shizuka, she's kind of like a comeback kind of thing. She's got an HP lead. She's support, same thing basically. You're not going to ruin her attack and crit rate and crit damage or anything. I think that you need to ruin this girl because she's not necessarily for a turn. She could be used in a turn 1 comp, but she could be also used in a turn 2 comp, like as a response to an aggressive turn 1 enemy. She's got the HP lead. She's got this revive, expecting that some of your units will die. She does need a little bit of accuracy as well, but I think I would just run her fast, tanky, violent will, and yeah, violent will and some resistance and some accuracy, right? Just fast, tanky, some resistance, accuracy. Don't worry about attack. Don't worry about crit rate. Don't worry about crit damage. For this one, jeez, man, I'm actually curious. I think that she's just fast and a little bit of accuracy and tankiness, honestly. But I feel like she needs a buff. I didn't play with her yet. I don't get too excited. Like this is a cool skill. If she had something else aside from this. Because this and this don't make sense together, in my opinion. It really doesn't make sense together. Like, if she had some kind of strip attack gauge decrease stun like Tianlang, then this would be super OP. Then she would be super OP. If she had Tianlang's second skill, she would be OP unit. OP unit. She does not have Tianlang's second skill. So, yeah, just fast and tanky, same thing. Violent will, fast and tanky. You do want her to cut in and get some karmas up. But aside from that, I kind of think that she needs a buff, honestly. But hey, Bastet, when she first came out, needed a buff too. Saimai, actually, she's got this Yin-Yang 5 elements passive. I think she actually, basically the same thing. Violent will, fast and tanky. It's not anything too crazy. These units are actually kind of easy to rune, actually, now that I think about it. Is it Daomon or Dumon? I think it's Daomon, right? Daomon, she does need a little bit more accuracy, right? Again, fast and tanky, violent will, and some accuracy. More accuracy than resistance, though. I mean, resistance, she's got the... Oh, I'm sorry, not this one more resistance, though. This one more resistance. This one higher on the accuracy side, because you got everything has debuffs. She also has an accuracy leader skill. But yeah, violent will, fast, tanky, good accuracy. When I say tanky, I mean some HP, some defense, too. And then we have, for these ones, I only have... like, I got him on several accounts... The water one on my main, which I'm not really too crazy about, to be honest. Kaki is fun, but yeah, I'm not really too crazy about the other one. But yeah, I just keep getting this guy. Fast and a lot of attack power. That's kind of the thing with these guys, is just they're attack type units, but they don't crit, right? Critical hits won't occur when attacking the enemy, so fast and a lot of attack power. Speed attack with speed and subs. I see some people liking to do revenge on them. I see some people liking to do... I saw some people doing Destroy on him, which kind of makes sense because he's a tankier unit, like going for a little bit of a hybrid, more of a tanky, like speed, attack, and HP on him, because he needs to be, needs to survive until late game. So Destroy is actually not bad on him based on where you actually use him and making him a little bit tankier. This guy just fast and good attack power. I see some people actually trying to do a little bit more defense on here, so we'll take a look at how exactly they have him runed. But you also do get extra defense from the attack power. But I also see some people stacking defense as well, like speed attack defense or speed defense attack. So we'll take a look at some builds for him. This one I'm actually, like I said, I'm kind of more curious on how people are building him, because, or at least they're building him a little bit tankier, right? They're building him like speed attack HP, speed HP attack kind of situation. from what I've seen so far. Again, we'll look at him a little bit more. Fuki actually does damage based on his HP. Decrease your current HP. He's an HP tank. Like, these two are attack, right? This one is HP, this one is attack, but this one is an HP tank. So he'd really be used with speed, HP, much more HP. Again, he cannot do critical hits won't occur when attacking the enemy, but does additional damage by 20% of the lost HP when you attack on your turn. So you want to do, I feel like Violent Will with speed, HP. So basically every support unit, you don't even have to worry about. Basically, build him like a Violent Will support unit. Like, build how you would build a, I guess, I mean, like, Molly, Fran, but Fran needs more attack power. I wouldn't really worry too much about the attack power on this guy. Just speed, HP, Violent Will. More of a support, even though he does that. He's not a support unit. He's a HP-based DPS unit, but he should be built more like a support. Weirdly enough. So then we have the Kinky, the light Onimusha. So Kinky actually has his passive, banging head against the brick wall passive. Counterattacks the target has less, counterattacks the target if the damage you receive from the enemy is less than 25% of your max HP. So you want him to be tanky. Critical hits won't occur when being attacked or attacking the enemy, right? And then he does this damage based on attack power. Crit hits don't occur, right? So it's just damage based on attack power. You don't want to worry about crit rate, crit damage. Really, for any of these guys, you don't really want to worry about crit rate, crit damage. So he needs tankiness, so a lot of HP, and then he needs attack power for this, and then you want speed on him because you want speed on anything, right? So I actually think that the best thing for this guy is going to be triple HP with attack and speed in subs. Attack and speed in subs. And then, he's going to be revenging, so you do want to get these, the defense break on here, too. You do want him to also get some damage output, so you don't want to be, like, triple HP and not worry about attack at all, or not worry about speed at all. I know he's going to be counterattacking a lot, but I would still try to get speed on him, and I would still try to get attack power on him, because his first and second skills still do do damage based on his attack. So I would still go triple HP, attack in subs, speed in subs, tankiness. I feel like I would probably go a little bit of resistance on him too, just based on the fact that he's going to be tanky. So, but again, we'll take a look at some of the people that are endgame players that have him built, and we'll see how they like him. I've been hearing some people like him on Despair, but we'll check it out. We'll see what they think. So Onmyouji, kind of similar to, so these ones are kind of all just similar, just build them fast with a lot of attack power. This one is just tanky and tanky. This one is tanky, but also you want to do attack and speed on him as well. Well, you still want to do speed on all of them. You don't want to, like, lack speed. You don't want to be like, I'm going to do 16 speed. I'm calling whoever is out there that's like, I got 16 speed on my, what unit should ever be 16 speed aside from Leo? Aside from Leo, don't at me, bro. Anyway, so you want to make sure you have speed on everything. So this guy, you just have to do speed and a lot of attack power, right? So he's got the first skill, same first skill. He's got the second skill, attacks all enemies, covers HP by 30% of the afflicted damage. He is an attack type unit, but again, you don't have to worry about crit rate or crit damage on this guy because he's not going to be doing the crit hits. So yeah, he's just a lot of attack power and good speed. And then he has crit hits won't occur when attacking the enemy, but the damage increased by 50%. You won't die under any ability effects. Moves all inability effects granted on yourself when the turn starts, and the damage increased by 50% additionally on that turn. Just fast, a lot of attack power, kind of tankiness as a as like a side effect. I would either go speed attack with HP and attack and speed and subs, or I would go triple attack with speed and HP and attack in subs. Right? Those are kind of the things that I would work on most for him. Is just like speed and attack, and then HP kind of secondary. But yeah, the nice thing about all these guys is they're fairly easy to rune compared to other things, because there's not too much units that you're going to, like, you basically kind of rune them like bombers, to be honest. They're almost like bombers, but they don't need as much accuracy, right? So you're just a lot of speed, a lot of attack power, with the exception of this guy, who's, I feel, should be super tanky. So anyway, let's take a look at some endgame players, and let's see how they have these guys built. First cocky of the day, guys. Gotta, get that first cocky of the day. Read your newspaper. Have your coffee. Get your first cocky bagel. Could you not? Could you not? We get the joke. So this guy, he's just worried about speed, attack, and some HP secondary, right? He didn't super max out the defense like crazy. Also, no need to worry about this stuff for the most part. A little accuracy is nice. He's got the debuff. He's got the defense break on skill 1, right? Probably doesn't have, just like myself, he doesn't have the skill ups into this just yet because they just came out. Even with the SP summons, hard to get him. So speed, HP, attack. Oh, this is actually not okay. This is not anything special on that on some of these runes. I mean, it's okay. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, there you go. I mean, he really, to be honest, he does pretty good with not even that crazy of runes. This next account has 2 Onimushas. He's got a Kinky and a Kaki. So this is, it's basically like a 2 Onimushas, 1 cup. Anyway, moving on, we have basically, he's just it looks like he's attack, yeah, it looks like he's attack HP, or attack HP attack from the, actually, is he on Fatal? HP attack HP, something like that? Let's take a look. He is on Fatal, HP attack. Okay, so that's what, and he's just going for nice overall stats. The 94, you could just get that in subs. It's not even anything too crazy. That's why I figured that was on him, right? Not anything too crazy there. It's just like, look at all these wacky, like, you really, well, I mean, that rune is actually not bad. You could use that a bunch of different stuff, but yeah, like, how often do you go like Fatal? Fatal, I'm gonna get some attack and speed and HP. I mean, aside from bombers used to be the only units that you would want like speed, HP, and speed and a lot of attack on with like some HP secondary. But yeah, there we go. For Kaki, this is a much tankier Kaki. Not really too crazy on the defense, but again, the whole point of the forestall passive is it just stacks his defense anyway. But I have seen some people running like a lot more defense on him also. Not just this, but just, yeah, tanky and good attack power. This one is more on the tanky side, right? So actually, he still has good attack power too, right? So they're kind of a little bit similar, right? So this was actually Despair because he does have the kind of like how Artemail, people put Despair on Artemail because he will, do his little revenge. This guy actually, he does a little revenge. So Despair is not bad on him. He's kind of annoying. He takes multiple times to hit him, to kill him. So yeah, just rune him for a lot of tankiness. This guy's more aggressive on the attack actually than I would have been. I would have been a little bit more on the HP tanky side and a little bit less attack, but I don't have him. So I would defer actually to the person that actually has the Kinky Kaki. That's going a little bit more on the attack than I would have, and a little bit less of the HP. He still has good HP, but I would have gone like, instead of going attack HP, I would have probably gone like HP attack HP or something like that, right? So again, like these units are actually using a lot of runes that normally we wouldn't care too much about. Next we have a Shizuka Water Onmyouji. So this actually, I would have actually given her a little bit more. Can you guys see my mouse? Yeah, now you can see. I would have given her a little bit more speed, defense, and resistance. Actually, accuracy is good because she does need accuracy, but I would have made her a little bit tankier, a little bit faster. Let's take a look at that. Oh, she doesn't even have any artifacts either. See, I feel a lot. Yeah, this one's definitely got some room for improvement. Speed, HP. This one's not really anything too crazy, to be honest. I mean, we're seeing it. We've seen a rune build for her, someone that actually has her and using her. The stats need to be better. Yeah, the stats need to be a little bit better because it's not as crazy. Because we want to see the crazy ones, right? But this is like okay. She's still usable like this. But we would like to see some more improved. I just think that she needs more defense, speed, and resistance on here. Here is another one of these juicy Kakis. I don't even listen to what I'm saying anymore. So this one is kind of not anything crazy. He's only got plus 90 speed. He's got his base speed is crazy, right? His base speed is really good. He's just, putting some speed on him, putting some attack on him. He's got some HP as an afterthought, but nothing too crazy. Speed, attack. Again, nothing too crazy. Not really an end game one, but kind of like it's a mid game one. If you're mid game, like, there you go. There's a nice rune build for your Kaki. Here is another Kaki. Everyone's just excited to play with Kaki now. I'm just going to do the whole video. Not anything too crazy, but he really doesn't need to be anything too crazy. Crit rate 15, actually pretty decent efficiency considering he doesn't need crit rate. So let's take a look at them. They're new, so of course people don't have the skill for all of them just yet. Speed, attack. Again, nothing. Actually, it's a little bit better than the other one, actually, because he's got some pretty decent efficiency on these runes. He's got, look at this, he's got defense 30% over there. That's not bad. Actually, the efficiency on here is actually not that bad. They're pretty decent. And he's got some defense in his artifacts as well. So yeah, pretty you know, not the best, craziest one, but a pretty decently efficient Kaki on here. Here is another Kinky. However, I do feel like this one is actually kind of ruined a little wrong. So he's got only plus 16,000 HP. He's got 1049 attack. He's got 96 speed. He's got plus 967 defense, which kind of shows us that like maybe he's got defense on one of the slots. However, I really think that he's more important to have. And I mean, this guy has him. I don't have him. I'm just giving my input. I feel like the HP is more important than the defense, based on the fact that he will counterattack if the damage you receive from the enemy is less than 25% of your max HP. So you want to make sure your max HP as much as possible, so you're getting as much counterattacks as possible. Not so much the defense, but more the HP. And then his first and second skills are based on attack power. So he is speed, attack, and defense. I feel like, I mean, this is not that terrible efficiency, but it's just I wouldn't ruin it like that. I feel, yeah, I honestly I feel like this is ruined a little bit on the wrong side. This is also a really nice, well, a really decently efficient route. Oh my God, Bagel, go to bed. Yeah, that one's nice. That rune's nice, but I feel like in general, this guy should be more HP, and not really too worried about the defense. Here we are now with a water Onimusha. He also has a water Onmyouji as well. This looks to be decently ruined because it's decently speedy, plus 142. So let's take a look. Does he have him? No, he doesn't have him maxed. Most people don't. Again, they just came out. Most people don't have him maxed. So he opted for Vampire. Speed, attack on Vampire. One of the nice things, if you want to put this on Vampire, though, is like Vampire versus having it on Violent. Is on Violent, there's so many other units that may be contesting those same runes, like especially if you want to go like more on the tanky side for any of these, versus like Vampire if this guy's on Vampire, because actually he can last quite long with his passive. Like if you make him a little bit tanky, he keeps stacking his attack power, and then he'll do extra. You know, he'll heal himself based on that extra damage. And then on Vampire, he's got some sustain now, right? So he's got speed, attack on Vampire. Vampire will, and no artifacts. Still pretty decently statted up with no artifacts. Accuracy though is a little bit low. I would have liked to have some more accuracy there. I almost forgot to take a look at the Onmyouji while we're here. So Onmyouji is also root pretty decently. She's got plus 138 speed. She's got. I would have liked to have some more resistance on her though, a little bit more resistance. But she is on Violent Will, Speed, H. Oh, not even finished. But I mean, it's kind of the right direction. Just Violent Will, Speed, HP, just fast and tanky. Not anything too crazy. I would have liked to have some more resistance on her though. And accuracy, you know, she's got some debuffs. She's got some debuffs. So this doesn't really need accuracy for anything. But I feel like anything that has some kind of revive and potentially counterplay mechanics, because you could use this for a turn 1 aggressive, or you can use this turn 2 like a counter mechanic as well. To like come back from someone that's being aggressive and putting a lot of debuffs on your team. And then again, this is anything that has a revive. I like to have tanky, just in general, right? Anything that has a revive, I like to have tanky, a lot of speed, HP, defense, and resistance for any revivers. I was getting worried that we weren't going to be able to see a Fuki today. Here is our first Fuki. This is our first Fuki of the day, right? So, kind of like I mentioned, he's fast with good HP. He does damage based on his lost HP with his passive. Current HP by 20%. Start of each turn. Inflicts additional damage based on 20% with lost HP when you attack. Critical hits won't occur when attacking the enemy, etc., etc. He's just got him on speed, HP. On destroy too. Okay, interesting. As the bruisers, destroy is not bad on tanky bruisers. He also went for 100% resistance on him as well. So that's not really something that I was personally considering, but maybe that 100% resistance is important to him based on him playing with it and deciding that 100% resistance is good, or maybe he was just like, may as well put 100% resistance. He's got 20% resistance there. He's got 15% resistance there. Or maybe he, you know what? He could have also, devil's advocate, he could have also just swapped over the runes from a Skogul onto the, you guys think that's what he did? Is swap over the runes from a Skogul just directly to just play around with him just like that, and the Skogul happened to have 100% resistance? Maybe, you know, maybe that's the case. But either way, fast and tanky. Here's another water one. This is kind of interesting. I wanted to see more water ones, how people were approaching the water one. So this one, I mean, they obviously went for a lot of attack power, but they also went for a ton of HP. A ton of HP, plus 24,000. So it looks like is he on... I'm kind of going to get... I didn't actually see the runes beforehand. I feels like that 96 speed is going to be in subs. The 1301 may be fatal and attack HP. That's what I'm kind of feeling like as far as the stats tell me. Let's see if I'm correct or... No, I was definitely wrong. I told you guys I didn't see it beforehand. Otherwise, I would have probably tried to be right. HP, attack, HP. Right, but he still has decent amount of attack in subs. He still has 27 attack here in subs. There, you can't have attack in here in this sub. 31% attack over there. So even the HP ones, he still has some decent attack in subs on them, right? And 12 there, and then he's got HP and HP over there. But he was kind of there. This is kind of actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of weird, weird thing. But it looks like he's doing in his Shield Will Cleave team of some sorts. Interestingly enough. So there you go as far as that one is concerned. Another Shizuka. You know what I like about this one is that, I mean, she could actually use some more HP, defense, and speed. She's a little bit low on the HP, defense, and speed, but she does have 97% resistance. I'm not saying you need to go crazy and try to make her 100% resistance. I'm just saying, like, it's nice that he valued the resistance at least, even though the tankiness and the speed could be a little higher. Oh, and she's actually Devilmont too. Nice. Very nice. Let's take a look at the runes. So violent and fight, speed, HP. Well, that's what I don't. I don't know that I would go as far as to put resistance on slot 6 necessarily. I don't know that I would necessarily go this far. So maybe not quite there. Yeah, I think just speed, HP should be fine. These chimeras. Okay. Yeah, speed, HP should be just fine. Finally, for those of you that have the wind one, we can finally see a wind one. Let's see. I mean, it looks like he's actually gave her some pretty decent runes. She's got some tankiness, she's got some HP, she's got some defense, she's got 151 plus 151 attack. She also has 67% resistance, 75% accuracy. So, looks like she... Well... I mean, he went for stats rather than making it violent or anything, but speed, defense, HP just made her fast and tanky. I was so excited, I assumed that it was violent, and I was like, wow, he must really like her. But it's this. So, that explains the resistance and the accuracy. Though. But there are some units that you could just rune with wacky stuff. Like, for example, Tetra is one of those units that I feel you could just rune with wacky stuff and she just works. She just needs to get turns. She doesn't need to necessarily violent proc or anything. She just needs to be fast, tanky, resist, be annoying. So, yeah. Tetra's kind of one of those units you can kind of rune on this and wacky stuff. But, yeah. Anyway, there's your wind one. I don't know that really tells us too much though. Not only do we have another water one here, we also have another wind one as well, which is really nice. There's none of the 5 stars. We're going to at least see the water one and the wind one. So this one looks like it's speed, attack with some resistance, maybe endure runes. That's what it's looking like from there. So yeah, endure runes, speed, attack with endure runes. And then we have, we got some recent resistance in subs. I'm not sure why he specifically went if he was trying to get good resistance on here. However, I mean, kind of the thing is, like, if you want the unit to survive long enough to keep stacking this, you want him to, like, resist defense breaks and things like that and not really take a ton of damage. So we also have a wind one over here. Let's take a look at the stats on the wind one. A lot of fun toys here. So the wind one is looking like it is HP. I mean, he could have these speed in subs. He could have speed on slot 2 with, like, very little speed in the rest of the runes. Or he could have, you know, a speed HP. Or he could have HP, and then just 100%, 100 speed in subs. He does have high resistance on this one as well. So very tanky, fast, and resistance. I wonder if this is another Skogul situation. Vampire, HP. I don't know that I necessarily would go Vampire. So let me explain why I wouldn't go Vampire on here. But I mean, he at least did put some good runes on it, though. That's the thing. Let's see. This is decreases your current HP by 20% at the start of each turn. Inflicts additional damage by 20% on the lost HP when you attack on your turn. Crits won't occur when attacking the enemy. So you want him to lose a lot of HP. If he vampires and he heals it back up, he's gonna do less damage, right? So you want him to lose HP and then do some more damage. Unless this stacks and it's not about your current HP. I haven't played with him specifically, but if this is not your current HP, if this is your lost HP total, which doesn't make sense, it doesn't work like that for Trevor. So it should be your current lost HP. So Vampire would actually make him do less damage in the long run. So I feel like I'd probably go Violent and maybe destroy Speed HP. That's just me though. Speed HP or triple HP with speed and subs. But I feel like I would go more on the Violent side and less on and tanky and less on the Vampire side. Here's another Shizuka, and then we also have a Wind Onimusha too. So let's take a look at this. This is looking like it is, yep, Speed HP. Fairly standard Speed HP with some speed and some tankiness on Violent for this one. Again, it's kind of similar to what we've seen already. And then for this one, he is just tanky with Revenge HP on Violent. Right, makes sense. Not anything too crazy. I would like him to have some more speed, but you know, fast and tanky on Violent. This has nothing to do with Onmyouji's. I just want to show you everyone that wants a Perna. This guy's hoarding them all. This is where all of your Pernas are on all of your accounts. This guy is hoarding all the Pernas. So just don't get mad at me. Get mad at whatever this is. Here we are with another Kaki. Are you guys cockeyed out by now? So this one has a lot of speed, a lot of attack, a lot of HP. So it looks like he's speed, attack, right? He's attack with 23 speed here, 27 speed here. So my mistake in thinking that he was speed, attack, but he did have some speed in 23 speed. He did have some speed in subs. So speed, attack, and he's got the HP and the attack in artifacts. Not too bad. But I really haven't seen anyone today, right, that was like stacking defense on this one specifically, but I did see it before that people were stacking extra defense on him, but really he just needs to have extra attack because he'll give himself his extra defense, a little bit of extra defense based on his how high his attack is. I found a second wind one. It's not looking good for the wind one, guys. It's not looking. It's fully upgraded, but not looking good for the wind one. Another Shizuka looks fairly the same as the other ones, right? Got a little resistance, a little accuracy, HP, defense, and speed. That's what the focus is on. So he's got this. This is not even a good rune for her, to be honest. This should be speed primary stat with HP, defense, resistance, accuracy. That's what should be on there. And then I'm sure that's not the one he necessarily wants on there. It's just probably something that was just laying around. He wanted to complete the rune set. This never mind. Anyway, yeah, so it's just fast and tanky with some resistance and accuracy on Vial. Finally, we find a good high-level Fire Tomo. This is actually the first one. It's not like I even saw some that were like unruned and just sitting there with no rune set. It's like I couldn't even find any. So maybe just the people that I was looking at didn't summon them. I didn't summon any on any accounts. I didn't summon any of these girls, so and I had 7 accounts that I summoned 4, so of my own, I mean. So yeah, but this one I actually like this one because she's fast and she's got good accuracy, which I think is important based on her skills, her leader skill, and the fact that basically she's a fast control unit. So fast with good accuracy is perfect. This is fantastic. I really like the runes on her. She's all skilled up. This is a beautiful one, actually. So let's see. I was so afraid it was going to be like Swift Endure or something like that. I don't know, man. So speed, HP, and accuracy, right? There we go. Fast with good accuracy. That is how she should be runed. That's how she should be runed. There you go. So, oh, we also have, there's another one of this one. She kind of always looks like a light one. She's not runed. This is what I've been experiencing. Lucky LD summons. Okay. You guys see all of it? Lucky LD summons. Yeah, this is kind of what I've been experiencing every time I look at someone that has a wind one, Xiao. Is that I don't know how that's how you pronounce it necessarily, but every time I see one of these, it's unruned or it's got like doo-doo runes, and I'm like, yeah, I probably would have put doo-doo runes or unruned on her. No, I probably still would have put runes on her, but I'm not super excited about her, to be honest. I'm not super. Look, he didn't rune her, he didn't skill her, versus this one that is fully upgraded and runed with plus 154 on Violent Will, right? That's not like terrible. That's like he put effort into like making sure it was like all grinded and stuff, right? All grinded, 28 speed sub, you know. So he wanted to actually make sure that he gave her good runes. So I think this girl is she's nice. I would like to get one of her as well. Speed lead too, right? So and if you get her and you're like, oh, I don't do. Here's the thing, guys. If you get her and you're like, I don't do PvP, I'm going to put her in storage. She's fantastic for Hall of Heroes and for TOA and TOA Hard. Now, see, now you're thinking about it. You're like, oh, right, yeah, because she prolongs the debuff. She absorbs attack gauge. So, yeah, she's not a bad... She's actually a really good unit for that. But anyway, that's it for this one. I would have liked to see some more, you know, light and dark ones, but the units just came out. We saw a few of the light Onimushas, but we didn't see any. Did we? No, I think we saw one of the light Onmyouji's. We didn't see really the. Did we see a dark one? I did videos of the light and dark ones anyway, the light and dark girls, so you could go take a look at that. We didn't get to see any of the dark Onimushas though. It just came out, and it's a very rare unit to even have. So I'll do a video on that if you guys want to check out the channel. Check out like the video section of the channel, and then, you know, at some point, hopefully soon, we'll have a video done on that. But I just wanted to do this video for you guys today to show you the runes that people are using for these different new units. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. I will see you as always in the next one.